Toast, toast, toast. Test one, two. We are live. Welcome, 6 p.m. to the Jonathan Acuna podcast, hanging out, talking about AI. So, 6 p.m., we start sharp and excited to see you. I have some topics we're going to talk about today. Posting consistently. I definitely want to talk about that because I'm like a week ahead and I want to share my workflow and also like version two, what I imagine for the next one. And then, second to that, I'm going to talk about how to use Google AI Studio to vibe code an app completely for free. And I'll share one project that I was vibe coding last night that I was super excited for, and like some new features that we're going to be doing with that I'm going to try with it. And then I've had quite a few members reach out asking about how to build a website using AI. So we're going to talk about that today, about the process. And lastly, we'll talk about two announcements inside the community. One for this Saturday, where I'm going to be hosting an AI agent workshop. It's going to be roughly 3 hours on Saturday. I'll announce that. And then for all the members inside the community, this week we are starting week 2 of our NAN AI content automation machine, where we are building an AI content machine that completely automates your entire content. Short form, long form, blog, talking head, avatar, faceless, everything's completely automated so that you could generate 30 days of content in less than an hour. So those are the topics I want to talk about today. Welcome. My name is Jonathan DeCuna, Dr. AI. I talk about AI and I teach AI to a community of entrepreneurs that want to level up, save time, save up approximately 20 hours a week. But yes, so this, if you guys are first time watching, this is a podcast. I'm not going to be showing a demo or showing anything on my screen. I have a ton of YouTube videos that you guys could go and watch all of those completely for free. Those will show you step by step. You could watch how I actually build a website. Actually, we did a bunch, especially for short form content today. I'm back up to my posting 3 times a day. I'm very happy about that. Plus using Metrical to basically schedule to publish. But that's a temporary fix. Speaking of that, I know the automation that I'm going to build tonight. And the automation is basically, so when I post to TikTok, because TikTok rewards posting natively to the app. And if you had to pick any social media app and you're growing, and if you're under $10,000 a month, post on TikTok consistently. That's your only habit for like 90 days, basically. And then you need to post 3 times a day. If you're posting under 3 times a day, that's not content. That's not enough to market your business. That's why you're not getting leads and sales for the business. So you need to get those consistency, those elements up. So the nice thing is that you could start early and start batching them. So I'm roughly creating content like 3 days out of the week and then scheduling all of those through Metrical. Now in my process, because the whole thing, I'm always trying to automate my process so that I can basically get the same amount of effort with half the amount of work or less when I just press a button. So probably tonight I'm going to build an NAN automation that will trigger whenever I post a piece of content on LinkedIn. It will download that video. It will run it through a transcription. So it will extract the transcription of word for word what I say in that video. And then it's going to send that to an AI agent that's like a custom GPT that's going to write a prompt, or it's going to write the description that goes into it based on the premise. It's going to include call to action. It's going to include the appropriate hashtags. And then it's going to schedule and publish on all the other social media channels. That's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. It's already published on YouTube. Try to think of some other ones, but yeah, and then it does that automatically. So what that does is that eliminates the entire other half of me content. So I still get the post consistently, and it's me talking head, which is better than AI content, let's face it. And then I record and edit in the app. I get my 3 a day. It doesn't take more than an hour. It takes less to do that. And then once I post them, I'm done. So that's something I'm going to improve my workflow for this week, because I'm always looking for ways to like, how can I buy myself time? That's one of the biggest themes of learning AI is to buy your time back. So with this, I'll buy an extra hour a day while still being able to publish 3 pieces of content across all the social media platforms without having to spend any additional extra work. So that's what I'm always trying to do. I'm always trying to fire myself from the jobs and tasks I have to do in the business, trying to leverage NAN automation. And that's why I highly recommend Master NAN. If you're serious about any type of like automation in general, especially with any of the AI tools, oh my God, it's cheating. It's so cheating. You need to learn NAN. It has a very high learning curve for sure. But what you walk out on the other side of that is the ability to build AI automated workflows. That's very exciting. Like you can trigger AI agents that are specialists in XYZ. I'll give you a case study. One of the members in the AI certification program, in the second week, we've completely automated his entire LinkedIn content. And so we have a little custom GPT that sits inside of his workflow. It's writes in his brand voice. What's up, Richard? Talking about content and ads. Good to see all my audience members. But that's what it does. It literally writes in his brand voice the way he wants. And also, it's also specialized to position him as an authority figure when he starts talking about his niche topics. That's one hack. And when we set up the automation, it's so gangster because half of the automation will pull in new articles, whatever's trending. So he'll pick up on the trending articles. The other side of it, it actually pulls from knowledge experts and pulls from people that are like, this is their expertise in the industry. It packages all of their knowledge into a custom GPT and then writes articles based on them. So a lot of this is, and then that's tonight, I'm going to automate the other half of my social media content. I'm saying all this because I really want you guys to buy back your time. That's going to be a theme with this show. It's like you'll hear tools I'm using. Good to see you, Gabrielle. Good to see Richard. Good to see each and every one of you. What was it today, Monday? Happy Monday. We are rocking with the daily 6 p.m. podcast show, staying consistent. But so that's one of the biggest things. Is like, how can I still post consistently and automate a lot of that workflow as well too? So this is the other side. So I'm going to build that tonight. How long does it take to build an app? So at least with the workflow automations, it could take a couple of days. Depends on your skill set and resourcefulness of using AI. When I say resourcefulness, you're going to be using like GenSpark, ChatGPT, Claude as your app pairing partner, and he's going to help you build the automation, troubleshoot it to help get you to the goal. So, and then let's switch over to actually how to build an app with no code, because I read your comments, and one of my members was posting on the comment and she didn't know about Google AI Studio can vibe code apps for free. So I want to talk about that real quick. I see a lot of people and beginners make the mistake of going to Replit or Lovable or Cursor and try and build a website or an app. Building a website and app is very easy today. However, you're using the wrong tools. And the reason why is because those tools are not incentivized to actually help you build their app. They're going to nickel and dime you for every request. The more requests that you have or the more beginner you're prompting, the more they're going to make more money off you. And that's why you're hearing stories where people are like, I'm $200 in and I'm still vibe coding an app and it's nowhere near done, because it's going to take a lot of iterations to finally get to the app that you want. And so Google AI Studio is completely for free, and that's what I recommend to my students inside the community, is start with that. It's completely free. You have access to Google AI. Well, the cool thing about it is that it adds superpowers to your your app automatically. You can add image generation. So for example, image generation would be, you can vibe code an app that's a YouTube thumbnail generator. And if you look at my videos, I just posted it, I think it was last night. I just posted on TikTok. By the way, if you're on my TikTok feed, you get my content instantly the day of. For everyone else on all the other social media platforms, you're going to be behind like roughly 5 days in content. And it's just because of how much I've batched out my content. So like the stuff I recorded today won't get shown until 5 days from now because of just batching it. I haven't tried Flutter. Honestly, the one that I recommend is just Google AI Studio, because it's very intuitive. It's going to spoil you. Like so much spoil you, because you're going to be like, vibe coding is easy. Oh my gosh, I can make all the changes, and it's actually intuitive, and it actually builds additional features. Like you can embed Google Maps, you could do Gemini 2.5 Pro, you can embed image generation, you can embed video generation with VO3. Like you can do some really powerful things, and it comes natively out of the box. It's plug and play. It's super easy and intuitive. And then it makes recommendations on like new features that you want. So I had a project last night. I can't sleep at night for whatever reason. I'm up till 2 a.m. I still haven't adjusted from Nashville time zone. But I was up last night and I was working on because I'm heavy in TickTick. TickTick is my task manager for work, for life. And the more you invest in TickTick, and when I mean invest, I mean learning how to use the right features, learning how to use all the shortcuts, getting it real seamless into your workflow. Wow, does it take the stress off of trying to manage an obscene amount of work and details. I need to make a note because I need to talk to you guys about how GenSpark's doing my social media audit. So GenSpark, hold on, let me make myself a note. GenSpark social media audit, but then also GenSpark did more importantly. Where did I get? Oh, I got the audit from the community audit, and then we'll talk about Sam Cart. Because also this with this podcast too, this is more of me just kind of like venting and talking about the stuff I'm doing in the business because I don't have anyone to talk to about business stuff. And because I'm trying all these different like strategies and tech and always running experiments, and then I'm using AI heavily on the back end. And it's been so nice because within the last 2 weeks, I've heavily doubled down on building knowledge files, business coach and life coach inside GenSpark, inside project files. Oh my God. That has, I don't want to like jump to that topic real quick, but like that has been like amazing to just try and like really audit where you are. And I'm trying to leverage, because this is what I see AI as in the future. I'm all pro AI. Like for me, AI is just another tool. It's just another tool in technology that acts like it's almost like a hearing aid for someone that's deaf. For someone that has ADHD, it allows me to augment my brain and mental capacity power of like, or lack thereof, with AI. And AI is going to help you either work faster or make more strategic decisions. So I had a question last night and I knew the answer, and I was like, I know Circle because I'm using Circle for the community for all and it's great for analytics. It has a lot of powerful tools on the back end. It is way more expensive than like school. However, I love the analytics, the extra control, like the automation that you could build into it, lots of flexibility. But I knew the checkout page was costing me money, and I'm talking thousands of dollars. I had this hunch, I had this hypothesis. I was like, I know that because as a marketer, I obsess over conversion rate. I obsess over conversion rate on ads, websites, offers. Like, oh, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, like so I knew there was like, because I've built a life coach GPT and a business coach GPT, and I've given it very clear goals. Like this is our 1, 5, and 10-year goal that we're trying to accomplish, so it knows the details in the project file. And then I get to ask it questions to say like, will this help me reach my goal? And so I have a specific income goal that I want to reach with the business, and everything now is being audited, all the tasks, all the projects, all the stuff I'm doing week by week to see, will this actually help me get closer to my goal, or is it a distraction? And I'm using AI to kind of audit my time and my tasks and my projects. So I had this hypothesis last night where I was like, I'm losing checkout. Like people go to bounce rate on a checkout page. Like let's put it this way, for example, in order for you to reach your income goal, it's purely a metric of percentage of conversion to traffic to a checkout page. So that was very wordy, meaning in order for you to reach your income goal, you need to send a daily amount of traffic to that checkout page, and it's going to have a 1, maybe 2% conversion on it, for example. It's just a pure numbers game. So it's always a traffic issue. And I know I was sending enough traffic to my pages. And so right now I'm kind of rebuilding everything where I was using I've gone from super profile to like, what's the one I'm using right now? Stand Store. And then I have my main website. So it's very confusing for my traffic, for my audience to be like, where do I go? What's the journey? I'm trying to centralize all the traffic. And so needless to say, the cool thing about Circle is you could download all the analytics and dashboard. It has a ton of analytics on the back end. So I see the analytics for the checkout page. It has a 90% like bounce rate. That is thousands of dollars I could have added to this year at the end. And I'm like, where is that lost revenue from? And that's where I was like, me. Like that is a huge leak in your funnel and your technology. So right now I'm in the process of canceling Stand Store, centralizing all the traffic to go to my websites, which are all vibe coded using Claude or GenSpark. We'll talk about websites in a moment. And then I'm switching out my checkout payment processor to Samcart. And so that's going to be the biggest thing. It allows me to, one, have ease of use the way Samcart kind of works is basically just like Stand Store, just like way more beefed. It's like Stand Store is like for like kindergarten, and then like Samcart is like you're a big company, you'll be doing some big volume of, because you're trying to optimize everything. And they have a really good, so I've yet to kick the tires right now. I'm building out the new checkout page, but that's something that I'm just kind of sharing behind the scenes. Business lessons that I wish I learned, or I wish I don't have anyone to tell me, or like you just have trial and error. So I share these lessons so that you know how to make more money easier and faster for your business, is investing in the right tools, because that's a huge principle of what I talk about is cheap tools, cheap results. Like I hate cheap tools. I was talking with one member today and they were like, hey, how do I host a website and how can I do it for free and cheap? And I'm like, not for your skill set. For your skill set and for beginners, you need to pay for convenience. Tools that will help you accomplish a job without hiring a technical, without having to hire anyone that's technical or a marketing agency. I want tools that everyday business owners can use and they don't need to depend on a consultant. That's my goal. It's like when I build out tech stacks or I recommend products, I have to think about, can the end user use this without having to depend on, can they fix something if they want or upgrade something without asking for anyone's permission, kind of thing. So that's why I recommend like tools like Lead Pages for your website. And then like GenSpark and Claude are like really good for vibe coding. Really good. So I had GenSpark do the analysis of how much money I lost on that conversion rate. So business lessons. Let's see. How do you determine if it was a checkout process and not the price of that? Oh, it is also the price too. There is another element to it. It is pricing too. So here's another thing also I've been building in, because I started with the community. I don't recommend starting a community as your first product, mainly because it's a commitment. It's a subscription, and people don't want subscriptions as their first time of purchasing something from your business. Also, having a value ladder, very important. Right now, my value ladder is really just the community and the AI certification program, and then I have my one-on-one coaching program on the back end. That's pretty much my value ladder. So that means for someone to come into my world, they have to commit to a $97 a month subscription to the community. Now, what they get out of it is 16 live workshops. There's nowhere else that they're getting like 16 live workshops every single month, courses and all that, and also mentorship. But the thing about subscriptions is $97 a month is a no man's land. It's actually in the middle of where you don't want to price your products. So again, business lesson that you guys are benefiting from. Let's call these $5,000 or $10,000 lessons that I'm sharing with you so that you don't have to make the mistake. Yeah, pricing it, because it's half the bounce rate, which is also a function of the price. Meaning you, at least where I'm going to be separating a lot of, like, so for next year, I'm revamping the whole business model. Like starting next year, I'll be launching a book on Amazon. Thanks to, shout out to Sarah. So I'll be Amazon self-published by next year for sure. The book's already almost done with that. So I'm finishing that process. That's a $20 low ticket product that I'm even going to discount it to like 99 cents if you get the ebook. It's meant to be a lead magnet. It's a paid lead magnet. So having that as the 99 cents or maybe $19 book on the front end, or even like a free plus shipping, like pay $10 for shipping and then I'll ship you the book for free. It's like, for me, it's not a revenue generator. It's a lead generation tool, but it's low ticket for you to purchase and get something of value. Now, for context, my book actually plays into the whole value ladder. My whole, let's call it mission, is basically to leverage AI and automation to help business owners buy back 20 plus hours every single week. AI agents and automations can help save business owners tons of free time without having to hire additional overhead. And so this book goes through my methodology of how I walk into a client and also look at how we can automate. Like, for example, like I'm trying to automate full-time roles, full-time departments. I'm not trying to do like save little hacks here. I'm like, for example, inside the community, how can we completely automate your entire content generation process, from research to content generation to formatting it for the different social media profiles to generating the image, the videos, and the talking avatar, and then scheduling to post that 3 times a day. I'm talking that type of automation. That to me is true automation. I'm trying to figure out how to do the whole end-to-end process so the human presses a button and magic happens. That's my goal. That's basically, and that's actually the premise of the book. The book is called Press Go: How Entrepreneurs Can Save 20 plus hours a week using AI and automation. And it goes through my process. It's not like a technical book where it's like what tools and what to use. It's actually a methodology that you can use. Think eMyth, think Gino Wickman, Traction, think EOS Club. If you like any of those books where they teach you how to automate or systematize your business to save you or buy your time back, that's what my book is basically from here. So that introduces people into my world. Now the next level to that, for the people on my email list, by the way, if you sign up for the email list or any of my lead magnets, you're automatically in my email list. One, I'm going to send you YouTube videos. When I publish them, I'm going to be ramping them up to 2 to 3 YouTube videos a day. It's a shocker stretch for me, but at the same time, I need to actually 10x my traffic to my landing page. So in order for me to 10x my traffic to my sales page, to hit my metrics, to hit the daily traffic goal, to hit my daily goal, to hit the monthly goal, so it all like connects up. I have to double the output from YouTube content. So that's something next that I'm going to be doing, is streamlining the YouTube process so that I can publish 3 posts a day on YouTube. I've already got the short form content down. That's publishing 3 times a day, and I'm already batched about a week ahead right now, which is super nice. So now I got a pretty simple workflow, because to me, content is a priority. To me, content all next year is going to set my business up for at least like organic leads and traffic. I invested way too much in ads this year, and that was like, I could have just spent that time honestly with content and doubling down. So again, $10,000 business lesson, or $10,000 business lesson. Double down on your content. If you want more leads, double your output on your content, and that way you don't have to spend ads, because with the ads you got to warm them up, you got to nurture them, and it's great for scaling, but not when you're still trying to build out your value ladder, which where I was. And so that's one of the biggest things, is I didn't build out the value ladder. So trying to get cold traffic to a $97 a month subscription is a big leap, even though in it I could help them buy back 20 hours of their time. So I have to systematically move people through a 5 to 14 day sequence to upsell them, basically. And so what I'm doing, one is there's an automated 5-day email sequence that's already set. So as soon as you come in, you're going to get an email sequence every single day, and every video is, I took my top 10 YouTube videos all about AI, automation, GenSpark, how to automate using make.com, your content, Fathom, TickTick I threw in there. So I just took my top 10 best tools and then put them in the email sequence. So as soon as you get the sequence, the first thing that you get is my 7 AI side hustles PDF lead magnet. I'm super surprised, like that got 2 million views on LinkedIn, which is insane. But I'm like, oh, you guys really want to know about AI side hustles? Good to know. Let me create a PDF lead magnet that would give you guys all the 7 different ways and actually monetizing it. So that's the first email that you get. You'll get that guidebook, and then over the next couple of days, you'll get my best YouTube videos. Now, I still need a conversion event. There's a couple different ways. And then I need also a low ticket offer to push in front of the community, because the community is the back end. And so this Saturday, I'm also going to be doing a 3-hour AI agent GenSpark workshop. It's live. We're actually going to build. I'm actually going to show you how to build a website, presentations, slides, lead magnet, business strategy, course, everything on how to use GenSpark in your business. We're teaching you one tool mastery. I'm going to teach you custom GPTs in there. I'm going to teach you projects in there. I'm teaching you, by the end of those 3 hours, you'll know every feature of GenSpark. And I think that is the best AI tool to introduce to beginners, because once you master GenSpark, oh my God, you're going to cancel ChatGPT. You're going to get so much more work done, because you don't have to create presentations. You don't have to do deep research. You don't have to do documents. It's all in it. So that's this Saturday. I'm going to be announcing on the email sequence. So if you're on my email list, I'm going to send that out today. and then I'm trying to figure out everyone else. It's going to be on the website, simpletechskills.com. But this one's going to be paid. This is if you're a member or community, like, because this is a live workshop. We're actually going to be doing hands-on. We're going to get you 3 hours, and then for 3 hours, I need to teach you from beginner to mastery. Now, for members in the community, you already have access to the GenSpark course, but this is where it's going to be a live workshop with me. And then VIP would be Sunday, and Sunday for the VIP students, they will get one-on-one attention with me, where I'm going to deep dive on their business and stuff. That way I can show them specifically how to use GenSpark specifically in their business and tailor it. So that's going to be this weekend. But for a marketing point of view, it's a conversion event. It's meant to bring people in, and I'm going to blow your mind with what you could do with GenSpark. You're going to get the whole course of like, but I'm teaching it. So that's one. So, and then from there, the people who like that training, then I'll have 2 options that you could join to ascend, to basically level up or continue to learn your AI skills. And this is what I was missing before. Remember, I still have the $97 community for people that want to join. Awesome. That's still staying the same. You got 16 live workshops. Great. And we're going to be, for the rest of the November, we're going to be automating your content. And then Friday, I'm going to teach you guys how to build your website using GenSpark. So that's this Friday's workshop. If you're this, for the people that can't commit to the community or it's too expensive, that's where I'm introducing another lower ticket tier. And this is a course only program. So you're going to get a 30-day program of basically the best of the courses. We have 24 courses in the community. They're all going to be systematically ordered from beginner to expert. And then you can go at your own pace, because what I want to do is I want to introduce self-paced learning, because I from a programming point of view, I call it asynchronous learning, meaning you're busy, you have a schedule, and I don't want schedule, time, or expensive finances to be like a limitation for you to learn AI. And so that's why this is a lower ticket course only program. And then it's going to be roughly $47 a month. And then you get access to not only the courses, because they're structured from beginner all the way to advanced. You also get new courses, but then you'll also get the weekly updates. So all the cool things that we talk about in the community, where all the members share the latest insights. We see community projects that people are working on. Actually, one member, I'll shout out one member, B in the community. She's been going heavy on AI video and made a 1-hour Netflix AI video. It's on YouTube. It's miraculous, the quality. Then she applies for a contest that pushes her to the next skill set of learning how to make music videos with AI video. That got her into Suno. Then she learned how to use Suno. That then she did a song the way she wanted, and she animated with visuals, and she posted it, and she got 100,000 views. From someone who doesn't post content, that's never got any views and doesn't post consistently and has nothing social media, that one post has done more for followers, for traffic. People are literally like asking where can they get the song. So she's thinking that she has to finish the whole workflow. How do you publish on Bandcamp? How do you get an ID number? How do you register that with TikTok so that you are the owner of that song, so that other people can repurpose that song? And the whole thing she created was Suno, was AI. That's the other thing, is like opportunity, or what is it called? Like success comes from when preparation meets opportunity. She's been preparing for the last like 3 months, upskilling herself in heavy AI video. She's really advanced at AI video. And then on the other side, Suno, S-U-N-O, was the AI song. And Suno just updated their model too. So the crazy thing is, the tools that they are today, the ones as of today, are in the worst that they could be, meaning any AI tools, Suno, Google AI Studio, any of, they're only going to get better. They're only going to get easier to use. So that's why I highly recommend sign up today for any of the tools that I recommend and just start playing with them. Press buttons. One rule that I teach with my students in my classes is you have to press all the buttons. Like I encourage you to, there's nothing you can't break. So always press the buttons to see, what does this one do? What does that one do? I've never pressed that one. What does that do? And that's how you discover like these new features, because we underestimate what these tools can do. Like I have members in my community, they're vibe coding apps on their phone while they're in a waiting room, just killing time. And then by the time they get home, the whole app is already already done. One, because they're using the right apps. Google AI Studio, completely for free. Two, they know the process to create an app using product requirement documents. By the way, if you go on my TikTok, I just posted a video today on how to vibe code. So I go through the whole process, the prompts, and the whole workflow, and even go out there. Press all the button. That's actually kind of funny. It's like press all the button. And my book is actually called Press Go, because it's, if you guys want to know kind of the backstory, is like, so I have my college degree is in theater lighting design. So I was the guy that goes in for concerts, musicals, and theater, and for any theater production. And I would like program, or I would set up, connect, and program the entire visuals for a show. And the reason why I got into that is before that, I came into theater as a master carpenter. Like I could take any plans and physically build, like give me an idea and a Home Depot credit card, and I will go and build you a shopping mall with like super minimal resources. So I was master carpenter for that. But I knew early on that I couldn't depend on my body, because one accident will literally kill my income, like career income. Like one accident away in the shop is very dangerous for building very complex shops and stuff like that. But my grandfather taught me how to be a carpenter, and that was a gift. And then in theater, I was looking for one of the shows. I was exhausted. And I saw the sound guy, and the sound guy's freaking out during a show, my first show. And he's like, mics were hot, meaning they were on while the actors walked off stage. He was freaking out. He had to man this board and constantly move things up and down. And I was like, that dude's job looks stress. I don't want that job. And then I looked to the left, and there's the lighting designer. And the lighting designer's feet is up. He's just kind of kicking it. And he has a little button right next to his board. And he's just kind of kicking. He goes, oh, boop. Oh, and boop. And I was like, I want his job. He presses a button and all the lights do a sequence of events perfectly choreographed. I'm like, that dude, I want the button job. I want the where I press a button and things happen and I'm chilling. How do I do that job? And so I learned how to be a lighting designer and how to program and how to set up the lights. And then that was my first experience of programming, because you have to, when you press that button, you have to coordinate the lights to turn them on and off for a certain period of time, and after 5 seconds this light turns on for the spotlight for the actor. So a lot of it is programming. That's where I got my first experience of how to, I had to program the entire sequence of a show so that I press a button, the next 47 cues from a light and sequences, they all happen automatically. And that's a lot of programming. So then that is one of the stories in the book. So that's why, like, when I talk about like theater and automation, is like I'm trying to like automate a ton of stuff. Like I'm like, and the tools don't matter. The tools are irrelevant. Like the tools will always change. You're so blessed to live in a world where like you have ChatGPT to ask any question, to get any answer. Like back in my day, you had to read forums and Stack Overflow and people's websites where they were so kind to publish their work and stuff. So I'll talk another time about how I automated my job using AutoHotkey and automated entire. But I share a lot of this because it's always been a cycle, and the cycle is staying up to date with technology, playing with the tools so you get the experience, and then when the time comes, you're like, man, I have to do this big task, like build a website. Oh my gosh, it could take me 3 hours to build a website. Or I know how to use Claude or GenSpark, and I know how to vibe code the website, and now I could do a website in like 10 minutes. And so all you're doing is buying back your time at the end of the day. That's what a lot of these automation. And then when I looked at my student who's inside the AI certification program, to have him so fluid and moving mountains of work effortlessly, the main tools are GenSpark is your daily driver. Second to that is Cider, Sider. Cider is perfect because it's like a writing assistant right when you need it. So if you need a question, if you need an answer, basically if you need to rewrite something, improve it, make it shorter, make it longer, answer a quick question, Cider's right there for you. You don't have to open another tab and to go back around and none of that. He's right there available. The other side with that is now I threw him into the deep end. He has no automation experience. We threw him into NAN and just started building. Once he started getting his first workflow down, then things started to click. and now he's already on version 2 of his LinkedIn automation bot. Basically, it's a bot that scrapes popular trending articles and knowledge hubs related to his niche, because he's working to become an AI governance strategic consultant, so that companies that are going to have to go through AI compliance and regulation, think of GDPR in the UK, meaning that if you don't have your data properly stored and collect, then you could possibly face like huge fines, and that's coming over to the US. So he's trying to do AI governance, which is that now. And then he has NAN, Cider, GenSpark, Notion for sure. I tell a lot of people that's why my most successful class with the highest completion rate is Notion. It's the first course that I make everyone go through, because I have to teach you how to do Notion the way I do Notion. By the way, if you're for Saturday, I'm also going to teach you Notion too. Like, I'm going to teach you Notion, GenSpark, and Cider on Saturday. So you're actually getting all 3 tools. I'm going to teach you how to use all 3 tools, because if I think I was looking at him, watching him flow, how easily he was able to like take an idea and execute on it, and any questions or barriers of things he didn't know how to do, being able to be resourceful and get the answer. GenSpark, Notion, and Cider. That's your base. And when I teach a tool, I recommend like going deep in the tool. This is another chapter from my book. Going deep and doing tool mastery, because I don't want you to hop around 14 different tools. Like my daily drivers, actually I'm going to do Notion or TickTick in a whole different course. I really want to do a TickTick productivity course, because like where I find people, like before they come into AI and projects and technology and all that, like most people, it's like Notion and TickTick are your first mandatory. Actually, it's 3. It's getting on a Mac computer, getting Notion, and then getting TickTick. The Mac computer is going to help you, just the computer you're not going to fight. It just works. Then second to that is you're going to use Notion, and Notion is going to be your second brain. It's mandatory. You have to work with the digital Notion, and you have to use the paid Notion. I don't recommend this is another principle. Cheap tools, cheap results. You're actually, by using cheap tools or trying to find the free or inexpensive one, you don't realize that you're actually going to cost yourself 10 times more in wasted time and error than trying to just invest in the right tool. Like right now, I had one of the members in the community. He's like, hey, how can I set up a website real fast? I know he's not technical, so I'm not going to throw any technical thing with him. So I'm like, buy Lead Pages. It's $49 a month. Monthly, $37 a month if you buy the annual. But the reason why I push Lead Pages to all my marketing clients and to everyone I know, because it's so easy to set up a website and domain, because you don't need to do the technical, I'm gonna speak Chinese, but you don't have to do DNS settings. Like that's a big blocker that prevents a lot of beginners from like, how do you connect your website to your page? You don't have to deal with that. Like Lead Pages makes it seamless. And then editing and making your website, easy. You don't need to hire a marketing agency. That's why I don't recommend WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, GoDaddy, any of those, for example. But yes, you do need Notion paid. Notion paid because it's going to unlock all the features. And then TickTick is also paid. I think Notion is $9 a month on the annual plan, and then TickTick is about $4 a month on the annual plan. But they're essential because that is your brain, and then that is your task manager, basically. And with those two, that's going to allow you to store so much information when you start learning, if you're trying to study for a certification or a searching degree program. Actually, I have one of my friends that's studying for an exam, and I'm like, give me 5 minutes because I need to teach you how to like study with AI, and it's going to change how you study. Like, let's actually talk about that real quick. I know, side quest, but there are a lot of people that are leveling up in certifications. They're leveling up in skill sets. How do you level up in your understanding? GenSpark is going to be your daily driver to help you become a coach and help you break the concepts down into workbooks, presentations, so that you could learn. in GenSpark, you're also going to create a project file, and you're going to store all the PDF documents, resources, websites, everything, dump it in a project file in GenSpark. And now that project file is a knowledge hub that has everything related to that exam or thing that you're studying for. And then you can query it. You can ask it to reinterpret the information into different ways, into stories, into analogies, into examples, different ways for you to understand either the concepts, the elements, or the processes to help you basically level up in that skill set. Then, oh, dang, there's another one. I gave it to Gabrielle too. I was like, it was a really good study app that you put in a website or a book, and then it creates different like study resources out of it. I'll see if I can find it. But then you have Notion, or because GenSpark will also create podcasts for you out of that book. You could create workbooks out of that too, which is super nice. If you upload a PDF document to it, oh, let me hold on my battery. All right, I got 7% battery on my phone, so we're going to come bring it into a close soon. Yeah, so GenSpark could take the PDF document of the book or whatever you're trying to study for, and then it can turn it into, like, I love creating workbook documents inside GenSpark. It's so fun because, like, say take the NAN course, for example. There's a ton of like information I'm sharing in just 1 hour of each of the hours. We do 3 hours a week of it, and just in 1 hour there's like 30 steps, there's a bunch of details, and I'm just riffing. At the very end of training, I'll take the transcript from Fathom and then dump that into GenSpark and say, turn this into a workbook. GenSpark does so good to turn it into a nice, organized, step-by-step workbook that has every detail of everything that I said. And it's surreal because I'm like, oh yeah, I did say that. And then, yeah, those are the 3 things. And oh yeah, that is nice. And it organizes it in tables and bullet points and makes it interactive. So highly recommend. And the command is like, just dump the book and just say, turn this into a workbook. It could be a YouTube video transcript. Like, for example, so Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi did their AI event over the weekend. I don't have 6 hours to watch that whole lecture. Like, I'm not wasting 6 hours of my life to watch those 3 days of training. However, all those videos are on YouTube, and in YouTube, you could click on the description button, and there's another button inside there that says transcript. So you could take all the transcript. Now, because of the size, you got to give that to Gemini, because of like 6 hours of transcripts is a large amount. GenSpark can't ingest that much. You give it to Gemini, and then Gemini will organize that entire 6 hour of transcripts into a nice, simple workbook. And then you take that information, and then, well, it's going to give you the text and summary and information. Then you're going to take that and put it in the GenSpark, and GenSpark will turn it into a workbook. It's really dope, like really fun. Because like anytime I find a good YouTube video and it's like an hour long, and I'm like super interested in what that guy said, I'm like, dang, this dude's giving a, like, if you're in the community, a great example, this is a really good workflow, and this is a good example too. There's a gentleman on Instagram that I follow. His name is Sue Wei. Sue Wei is a high ticket business coach. His program, I think, is like $5,000 to $7,000, and he's going to teach you basically how to do social media content, how to sell high ticket sales, how to do lead acquisition, how to do sales calls, how to set up SDRs. He's going to teach you that whole process. So he has a ton of content on YouTube that's like scattered everywhere, and I want to understand his principles, or how he does his methodology. I want to learn from him. So step 1, and you can do this with anyone, honestly, like, so if there's someone that you admire that you're like, man, I really want to turn you into a knowledge hub that I could ask questions and learn your entire methodology, but I don't have time to consume hours of all your content, this is the hack. Step 1, you go and find at least 5 YouTube videos from them, and they have to be like hour-long YouTube videos. If they're short YouTube videos, you're not saying anything of substance. Like, all my videos are like hours long, and so like there's a ton of information. So I found Sue Wei's content. I found his top 10 long, hour-long videos, saved them to Notebook LM. From Notebook LM, the thing with Notebook LM, I'm trying to watch the battery right now. Okay, we're at 5%. So the thing with Notebook LM is Notebook LM's designed so that you don't have to worry about hallucination. That's a notorious problem with the models. That's why we won't recommend ChatGPT to the community anymore, because people ChatGPT hallucinates way too much, and it's unreliable as a tool. Like, I would only give it to my competitors or my enemies. Forgive me one moment. I just have to. My phone's gonna die of battery, so sorry for nice audio. No more audio. Cramp. Hold on 1 second. Okay, cool. I'm gonna give you guys battery. Sorry for the audio, but now you guys got battery. Okay, so Notebook LM will help fight. Everyone take a moment and plug your batteries in. Take a moment, because my streams have notoriously like ended mid-sentence, and they're like, what's happened? Did you get banned? It's like, nah, I forgot to charge the battery. I'm trying to get into a work routine where I'm always going to make sure I have battery for it. So Notebook LM is designed to prevent the hallucination problem, where basically you're like, can I actually rely on the answers to make sure that they're actually from the source documents and not being made up? That's what Notebook LM. You can do YouTube videos, documents, files, whatever you want, and it will only answer based on the information there. So it's great for studying, great for certifications. The other thing too, so then I've got the YouTube videos in there, 10 hours of content, and I asked Notebook LM to just give me all the methodologies, his frameworks, his strategy, his business model, his pricing, his lead acquisition, his coaching, his mindset. I want everything, and I want everything organized into a workbook so a beginner can start and finish and know exactly how to use his methodology. So that's the prompt. The Notebook LM will give you spit out all the information. Then you take all that information and you give it into GenSpark, and you say, hey, GenSpark, turn this into a step-by-step workbook, enhance it with additional information and resources to help the user who's a beginner accomplish this goal, and turn it into a workbook. Then you've got this whole workbook, and it's dope because, and if you're in the community, if you just type Sue Wei or high ticket coaching, there's a post that I created with the workbook, so you can take a look at it. It's his entire methodology. It's actually in the community. It's a post. So if you, I'm pretty sure it's Sue Wei, and then it's high ticket coaching, and then the whole workbook in there. You'll also see how I use workbooks for like the NAN certification, or the NAN work. It's actually, what do we want to call it? I think we would call it a boot camp, because it's like a month-long boot camp. The NAN one. So at the end of every day, because I'm dumping a ton, I'm trying to turn people into NAN experts in less than 4 weeks, which is a massive NAN takes months to learn, and I'm trying to condense all NAN into a 4-week, very high, very expensive. It's a very accelerated program, and so with that, at the end of the day, there's so much information that I share, honestly, like from the videos. And watching an hour-long video, you're going to be like, there's a ton of information, and I don't have a time to watch an hour long. So if you go into the course, and if you search NAN in the course, at the very end, I give you guys the video, and then I also give you the workbook too. So I take the transcript from Fathom for everything that I said when I'm teaching that 1-hour lesson of NAN. I take that entire transcript, copy it, paste it in a GenSpark, and just say, turn it into a workbook. That's all. That's all I say. And it goes, creates the document. It looks beautiful. I spend no effort on it. No effort. None. It takes me I just prompt it, and then I walk away. I go do something with my life. That's basically what it's like having with AI. That's why I want to teach more AI agents, because give the work to the agents, a website, a document, an app, and the agents will build it for you. So that's what the whole thing is. That's why, like, this Saturday, I want to get you comfortable building AI agents. So this Saturday for 3 hours, I'm going to teach you GenSpark, Notion, and Cider. So that's a solid, and you'll get it's the whole program. Like, I need to teach you, because after that weekend, next week, you're going to crush it with those 3 tools. You'll get really comfortable with it, and then we can take you to the next level. So that's something that I'm excited for this Saturday. That way you're not using ChatGPT, you're not using any other tools that aren't helping you. Notion, once you use Notion, and the best part too is, like, the worst thing you can do is learn Notion from YouTube, because every YouTube video is going to teach you the most complicated 14 different templates that have lookups and dashboards and all this extra nonsense that you don't need. I have a very simple template, one master template to rule them all. It's like Lord of the Rings, but it's so simple, it's minimal that even people with ADHD can use it reliably, to depend on it to function as their second brain, so that you never forget anything, for example. So let's see. So Yeah, and that's gonna be Saturday. I'm gonna announce today. It's gonna actually be the first test case for setting up Samcart as the checkout screen. So I'll get to see analytics, how it converts. I'm gonna vibe code the website using Claude. It's gonna be super quick. The website's easy to vibe code using Claude, and you just copy paste the code onto your website tool. It's so easy, and then that's done, and then I'm going to set up Thrive, or no, it's Samcart, because and it's really easy just to set up the checkout. Because with the checkout too, it allows people to do Apple Pay, to do payment plans, and it's optimized for mobile device too. Like and the thing that frustrated me is because I've gone through this trying to find a reliable checkout tool online for businesses has been such a journey. I started with Super Profile. I started with Stripe checkout, but let's be honest, that's not professional branding. Then I went to Super Profile, which was nice, great for beginners, but I lost a lot of money on that. Oh my gosh, because the checkout thing, oh, that cost me money. Then I've been rocking Circle this whole time back as defaulting to Circle's checkout line, and I kept getting like customer service emails of like, hey, I'm trying to buy, hey, it's not accepting my card, hey, it's not accepting my login, and I'm like, all of this is creating friction in the purchase process for that. So that's why I'm super excited to just tear out Circle's payment processor, place in Sam's cart, and then that's going to be seamless. It's going to be doing the one-time events, and then also the subscriptions from it. So and it has, if you ever use Stan Store, it has a lot of the dashboards, but like 10 times better, basically. Like it's like an adult version of Samcart, basically, or it's an adult version of Stan Store, which is super nice. So that I'm happy with. So, but that's a project that I'm working on this week. So at least for me, there's another busy week. We've got the NAN. We're going to finish. I think we'll be able to finish the LinkedIn content automation this week for the community. We'll be able to finish that by Thursday. Friday, I'm going to teach you guys how to build a website using GenSpark and the vibe code, and then host it on your professional site so it has your domain. We'll do that Friday. Saturday will be a 3-day AI workshop, completely separate from the program. That way, for the people, this is mostly for the people that aren't in the community. For those people, it's like, cool, we could go. You're welcome to if you're in the community. I'm going to think of something. It's going to be it's separate though. And then we'll do VIP on Sunday for that. So that will be, and then I'll see if we can get this consistency. So if you miss this weekend, I think I could do it again for next weekend and then keep that consistency. So that way I could bring in new students on Saturday, get them leveled up, and then when they enter the community or they do the courses online, then they'll be able to have the skills of like getting started. Because I'm thinking is like, what's the most introduction like program that I can introduce people? I don't want to say anything bad, but it's like the Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi thing. They're going to charge you $1,000 to teach you ChatGPT. And I was like, Jesus, teach you ChatGPT. I was like, this Saturday, I'm going to teach you AI agents, and you guys are going to murder anyone with a ChatGPT account. Like, you'll be able to create once you go GenSpark, you're like, ChatGPT who? Like, I'm excited. So that's going to be good. So yeah, that pretty much gives you guys at least an update for today, what's been going on. Ooh, actually, a fun little story. It has to deal with vibe coding, so it'll actually be a really cool story. So I'm trying to audit my time and audit the tasks in my task manager. For the classes and stuff, everything will be on the website. It just doesn't, I haven't set it up yet. So that's my homework tonight. I'm going to be setting up and setting that up. I have to finish the rest of the YouTube content, then I will post that tonight. So if you're on my email list, you're going to get the email tonight starting, and then I'll be promoting it over the next week. And then, so last night I was looking at, and TickTick doesn't have an API, which kind of annoys me. So you can't import, you can't update, you can't connect MCP. I'm like, how can I have AI manage my task manager, basically? Do you ever have time just to watch a movie? I don't have time. That's why I've been up to like 2 a.m. Like, I just been vibe coding or just building little projects. It's like, it's a lot of it. What I'm really trying to do is like really get aggressive on my goals. Like I really want to get like super aggressive and focused on my goals of where I want for the business and my life to be for next year, even just within the next like there's a great book called the 12 week year, I think it is. Great book. It teaches you how to plan your whole, like how to get more done in 90 days than most people do an entire year. So this will all connect together. So last night I'm like annoyed that I can't connect AI to TickTick easily. So then I'm like, why don't I just vibe code all of TickTick and do it in Google AI Studio? How close can I get it to look exactly like it? And so it took roughly 45 minutes and probably about 7 iterations. But then I have the base feature of everything that TickTick does. So that's vibe coded. But I wanted it to take a step farther, because what I wanted is and this is all built. This is, if you're in the community, I'm gonna demo it. I'm gonna demo it Friday, because it's almost done. Because I do want beta users to try it. So the concept is that it's an AI task manager that basically you press a button for the AI assistant, and it scans all of your tasks and projects that you're going to do for cross work and life. It knows, you basically write in what are your goals over the next 12 weeks. It knows your goals, it knows your tasks, and it does two things. One, it will audit. Oops, hold on. Let's have to verify. Okay, cool. The first thing that it does is it audits your tasks to say which task should it remove from your calendar, remove or deprioritize it. And so it will make recommendations to say these tasks are not aligned with your 12-week goals. We're going to deprioritize that. And you can select like, yes, I want to keep that change, or no, I don't want to keep that change. It's going to make recommendations. I want this app, and I built it last night. It works. It works the way I want it. And then after it does the recommendations on how to improve, the next thing that it does is say, based on your goals, you don't have specific tasks to reach your goals in the time that matter. So I recommend to add these tasks to your task manager, and you can check them and say yes or no. And you can add special rules, like you want special rules for like special time or time off, or don't schedule tasks on Sunday or something like that. You could put your nuanced rules in it, and then it will run it. So basically, you do your tasks and schedule of how you want to plan your week of the tasks or projects you want to do across your working life. You press a button, because I'm press a button. The AI analyzes it, makes recommendations to say what to remove and what to reschedule, tasks to add, and then I'm working on a feature called Beast Mode. And Beast Mode says, hey, based on my goals, what are the top 5 things I need to do to ruthlessly focus on? And if I get these 5 things done, I move the needle closer to so basically it's meant to like look at all your tasks and projects and say, these are the things that you want. Everything else is noise. Focus on prioritizing these. And then you get the calendar feature. It does, you could create multiple lists. So you have a list for tasks, work, subscriptions. You could do prioritization, you get notifications. And then, so how to ship it, which is a very interesting challenge or like concept, because I don't want to go to the App Store, and I don't want to, like, whether it be Apple or like Google, I don't want to go that way, because that's an extra time and expense before I have product market fit. Right now I don't have product market fit. It's just an app that I wish I had. I want an AI to manage my calendar, my time, and my schedule, and make recommendations based off my goals. And I want to eliminate, so that it allows me to focus more on action from that. From Chris Pierce, hype out a month of doing, yeah, that we actually teach in the community. That's the nice thing. So now that it does that, I'm going to work on, so it's called PWA. I don't know just quickly wait, let me see if I have like the notes here, because this is fascinating to learn too. I don't have unless I go to AI Studio. So it's called PWA, and it's allows you just need a few files. It's the easiest way to distribute your app to users to get them to try it. Let me read this real quick. Understanding a progressive web app, PWA. A PWA is a website that has been given superpowers to act like a native app, so you get the best of both worlds. You get a broad reach of a web and user-friendly interface of the app as if you download it from the App Store. There's only 2 files you need. You can vibe code it in any tool. You can do it in GenSpark, or I recommend Google AI Studio. And you just tell it, I'm going to build a PWA app. And so it knows how to set up the files. And then the process is easy. You host the file on a service like Vercel, and Vercel is basically free starting off. There's Netlify, there's another one. And then once you host it, from what I looked at Vercel will allow you to get at least 100 users every single day to use your app at no cost. Of course, outside of API usage outside, but you got vibe code those features in. And then I'm only doing it for Mac, but technically it'll do Mac and PC. And then it's super easy. It hosts it on a website. I direct the website to my users inside my community. I'm going to post and say, hey, I'm looking for a small batch of beta users. As part of the feedback, then you guys will get lifetime access at no charge to the app. For other users, I'm debating, I would just want like a flat price, like, because I really like VoiceLink, how they did the whole flow. VoiceLink, you like download the app, you can use the basic features, and then you could spend $25 and get the pro version. And I really like the whole experience of like building that whole app and everything, and how he set up. And then you look at the developer, is a dude in India that's super chill. Like, it's just him on YouTube. Like, very few people cover his app. Is Voice Inc. VoiceInk, and it's like the best voice to text feature. But it's super. But the whole process of like me downloading his app, installing it, setting it up, and it just working. I'm like, I want that kind of experience for this feature, because I want you to be able to download this task manager app. The data lives on your computer. Like, I don't have access to any of the data. It's not stored in the cloud, because I'm also trying to like think like privacy too, because it's going to be your task and project manager for working live. So at least for this first version, it's just going to live on your computer. There's no backup. It's like that way the data is on your computer. It's not sent to any LLM. I'm also working on, you could do one of 2 things when you could head it up, but PN your desktop. I gotta talk to David too, but on your desktop. There we go. I was like pwned. Like, I thought you were talking about that, David. I gotta talk to David. I gotta talk to you about, now that I have an app, I'm gonna move up to where the other David is, and we're gonna talk, because now I need his expertise to be like, okay, what are best practices? How do I take this step farther? Because I'm not a software developer in any way, but I'm super proud how fast I come, because it's an app that works all the way. And so, but yeah, super simple, bare bones version 1, just an app that downloads to your Mac computer. You could play with it, use it, and then and then you could hook it up. I made it very easy. You can like hook it up to like Google AI Studio, which has the free API. That way you can hook it up. Now, of course, connecting it to AI, you'll have a little disclaimer to be like, you are sending data to large language models. But with that, that's what you get on the other side. Of course, we're trading privacy for this, but there is a way to have this run locally on your own computer using LM Studio and a local hub. So that you can run, let's say, Google Gemini or like DeepSeek basically on your computer, and then the whole thing is private. Like, the LLM is private on your computer, no data gets sent anywhere. It communicates with the app through the API, and it's all on your computer. So that way you still get the AI experience of AI auditing your tasks, because I do want like AI to manage my tasks, my projects, and be a life coach and say, don't do this. This is not going to help you get your goals. Do more of this. And by the way, add these tasks so that you prioritize that, because these are your goals. Then we need to set more action to your goals. And so I think it's going to be, I like it because it's like, it helps someone become accountable, basically, so that they can look at all their noise, because there's no, what I want to fight against is busy is different than productive. Like, they're 2 completely different things. You could be busy all day and complete tasks, but did you actually move the needle in your life? Like, get closer to your 12-week goals, basically. So that was something, I got the whole thing vibe coded all last night just because I couldn't sleep. And then I'll be demoing the app probably Friday to the community. And then I'll also teach you guys how to, because I'm going to go all the way with it. I want to download it, build on Vercel, host it, hook it up, try it out, because it's something I want. Because I'm using TickTick, and I'm like, I wish TickTick had AI in it, and they don't want to put AI. They don't want to like have any import or have any like API access to like import, export, or to update or something like that. And I'm like, I could build this NAM monstrosity, but I'm like, let me just build the whole app from scratch the way I want it. And that's why I'm like, for beginners, definitely like Google AI Studio. It's such an easy skill set to learn how to vibe code an app, to build a tool the way you want it, and then you could grow. Then you could get users. It's like the best apps is like solve problems in your own life. And this is an app I wish I had, because the only other one that's out there is like Motion, and Motion is like too complex. It's not true AI. It doesn't actually manage your tasks and calendars. It's more time in the configuration than the actual use of it. So, but I want an AI 12-week productivity planner and life coach in one app. And so he exists. I was playing with it last night and it works. It's super wild. So I'm just ironing out a few more bugs to get some features. And then beast mode is dope. You click beast mode and then it's like, these are the 12 tasks you need to focus on. Everything else is noise. Just focus on this. So I'm like, oh, sick. And then it does logging of tasks and markdown and stuff like that. So just a fun project to, again, play with your skills, because a lot of the things is you're going to play with the tools before you're going to become like master of the tools to use them in your work or life, basically. Good to see everyone, Neuromancer, David, and everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day. But yeah, let's land this plane. Let's bring it to a close. We talked about posting consistently. We talked about Samcart. Oh, that was an expensive lesson. And I was like, JenSpark, look at the data. And JenSpark's like, yeah, you have a 90% bounce rate. Your assumptions are right. Cancel circle as far as the checkout page and sign up for Samcart now. Because I'm getting the traffic to my page. I'm like, why is it? And half of it is also the price, because I'm going to tier out. The 97 is just community only. And then I'm going to have a course only, which is $47. That way, the course only is great. Because if you look at it like the business model, just side tangent. If you look at JenSpark's in the right tiers. Like their pricing model, they have $25 a month on the low end tier, and then they have $250 on the high end tier. That's the right pricing tier. You don't want to be at where I'm at, which is $97. It's no man's land for like a product to try and sell, unless it's like heavy marketing. That's why I'm doing a lot more of like the podcast, long form content, more YouTube content, tripling my YouTube content out, more consistent with the short form content, posting those 3 times a day. Those are a lot of the big things. Fascinating though. But one of the biggest things too is like take all your analytics, screenshots, export CSV files, give them to JenSpark, and JenSpark is really good at analyzing all your trending data to identify patterns, trends, recommendations. I had it audit the entire business, like the analytics of everything, and it tore me apart of like, here's all the things you're doing wrong. And I was like, okay, I will fix everything. I'll fix everything. So I got a long to-do list, but I'm using TickTick to manage everything. So that's one of the biggest things. What about 2-seat business for $60 a month? You look better with the beer. I do need to probably grow the beer in December, but yeah. But that is today's show. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated every single day. That's my main thing, is at least these 6 p.m.s are just like podcast style, put on headphones, go do chores, listen to the background. That way you don't have to like eyes on camera the whole time. You can listen to my voice. And then this will also be posted and polished up on YouTube. That way this is a whole new series. Show up every single day, 6 p.m. If you miss it, it's going to be up on YouTube. Don't worry, all the recordings. And this is a new series, my podcast series, where you show up every single day. I'm going to share behind the scenes of business, projects I'm working on, give you guys some AI tips along the way to level you up and save you guys from the $10,000 lessons and mistakes I'm making. Like, so. Anyways, I'm Jonathan Knut, Dr. AI. Definitely join the community. I'll make an announcement to my email list this Saturday to start selling tickets for the 3-hour AI agent workshop. It's live. We're actually be building, so that's gonna be on Saturday. And for all the members in the community, work on the NAN automation. All the classes are up for the last 3 days for last week. That way you could pick up this week and we can start building. And this week we're going to finish the LinkedIn automation bot this week, which I'm excited for. And by the end of the 4 weeks, we'll automate your entire content, avatar, short form content, long content, all of it. So wonderful. Thank you guys for showing up for another live stream. I'll see you guys in the next episode and keep building. Bye, everyone. Bye.